First name's Andrea, last name's Mancuso. I'm from America, originally from New Jersey, and I studied politics in Washington, D.C. before I came here.
My name is James Sheets, and I am from Virginia in the U.S.
My name is Marielle Verrett, and I'm from Ottawa in Canada. And I had previously studied a BA in Environmental Studies and Geography at the University of Ottawa.
I chose this degree. I was living in Romania, in Bucharest to be specific. I was for the Transcultural Counseling Masters.
So I decided to study conflict resolution and Mediterranean security while I was here.
And I decided to pursue a Master of Arts in Ocean Governance, and it was a bit of a fluke. I just knew that I wanted to pursue a master's, and my BA I really enjoyed, but it was quite broad, environmental studies that covers a wide range of environmental problems.
Well, first of all, because I did my research and there's two other masters in the world that offer the same curriculum or something like that. Maybe some more came up, but from what I know, there's another one in Australia and another one in the UK. And personally, I wouldn't choose the UK because of the way. And it's also offered in collaboration with an American university. So the standards and the education given, it's probably incomparable.
Well, honestly, I had not heard of Malta before I had heard of this degree. I'll be completely honest there. Ignorance. But I actually went for my undergraduate in the school that the program does the dual degree with. So that was James Madison back in Virginia. And that's where I got my undergraduate degree. And so I had heard a few people come here for the summer and take classes over the summer. And then I also heard about the master's, and I was like, I can't really do the summer thing, can't really afford it, but the master's worked out, and I was excited to come.
Actually, I chose it because it was an interesting degree. It seemed to be offering everything I was looking for. And obviously, I can't say, I'm not going to lie, it's because of the weather as well, because the country is beautiful. But mostly because the degree seemed to be tailored for my needs.
I was studying politics as well as anthropology, and so if you know the two, they sort of clash background-wise, but conflict resolution is a nice way to intertwine sort of the brain as well as the heart of society in the sense of politics, in the sense of how human relations work among one another. So it's cultural relativity mixed with political affairs, mixed with international relations, and it has a lot of components that I studied in undergrad that I was interested in somehow making sense of and combining them all for a career, and this was perfect for me to find.
I've always had a passion, I guess, for the ocean, and so I decided I wanted to focus on ocean issues, but not oceanography, not the mathematical and scientific side of things. And so I was just looking for a master's using Google, and I came across this program, and I was reading the description, and it sounded perfectly like what I wanted. I couldn't have written it better myself, and what I really liked was that it was looking at ocean issues through the legal context and really drawing upon the United Nations work towards ocean governance. And to me, that's really interesting because I've always dreamed of working for the United Nations or something. And so I just decided to apply, and then when I heard I was accepted, I decided right away to come to Malta and to do this program, so I'm really happy that I did.
Well, honestly, what happened was I was originally looking at MEDAC as a diplomatic academy. Something that I've been very interested in getting into is diplomacy and international affairs, especially between the US and the EU. So I wasn't looking at the American degree at first. This, for me, was very much sort of a pleasant surprise when I realized, I can go do the program I was interested in, as well as get an American degree. And honestly, that also helped my parents feel a lot better about me coming abroad for a master's. So my initial experience, I was just expecting kind of to come and meet some friends and get a degree and leave. And at this point, I'm really, really sad to say that I'm leaving soon, and I've just fallen in love with Malta, with my friends. This degree has been exactly what I wanted.
It's a whirlwind experience, I would say. It is very unique in terms of you essentially have a lot of master's degrees go on for about 2 years, and you take a few classes for a semester, maybe you work part-time, and it stretches over 2 years, whereas this is very 2 weeks, you have a class in 2 weeks, and then you have a class in 2 weeks, and you just knock them all out within, I don't know, 9 months or so, and then you do your thesis. And I would certainly advise anybody looking at the CERN program to definitely try to apply, because you don't get the experience of learning about sustainability anywhere else, especially living on an island where sustainability issues are kind of all around you. So it's very relevant, and the location is great. So yeah, I would definitely recommend people to come.
I would 1,000,000%, yes, I would recommend this to anybody. Anybody looking for the counseling career, I've heard people love that, the marketing as well as personally my course. I think it was just the perfect mixture of the subjective, the objective, everything that you need to really succeed in the diplomatic world. So the potential that I see in the sense of where to go from here is diplomacy, specifically if you're interested in the State Department, if you're interested in working for NATO one day. These are amazing professors here at MEDAC that have great connections and can really, really help you get your name out in the international security community. And then also to the aspect of the conflict resolution, which is a little bit, I guess, softer politics, if you want to put it that way, in the sense that you have the opportunity to go to Nepal and do work with community building NGOs, or you have the opportunity to go to Cyprus and work on more so community building between Greek Cypriot and Turkish Cypriot communities, and sort of you learning about these conflicts that have been going on for years. And a lot of the time people will write them off as, well, that's just how they operate, or it's tribalism, or it's religious conflict. And really, at the end of the day, when you break it down, there are a lot more avenues in which we can approach understanding conflicts in order to solve them. And so for me, at least, I feel much more equipped to properly analyze any situation. So I'm personally thinking about going into research for perhaps the American government or NGOs in order to establish a better avenue for them to tackle different conflicts going on in the world from a different point of view, or perhaps from a different discipline perspective. And I don't know, I feel very personally equipped to go into anything involving research, diplomacy, State Department, NATO, anything of that nature. Really, this prepared me well.
Although, if I may, I would advise them to be prepared, because I came here half expecting what happened, and I wasn't actually. The standard of education is very high, and the expectations professors put on us, because they're top quality and they want us to be top quality as well.
I would say that there have been more and more universities offering similar programs, but at the same time, the content, because the programs cover a wide range of topics, every program may cover the same topic by name, but they won't cover it the same way, same level of detail. So every program is unique, and I would say that studying in Malta is very interesting, because especially coming from the US, you get the perspective, you get the European and Maltese professors bringing that European and Maltese perspective to the issues, which you don't necessarily get wherever you're studying, you would typically get the perspective of just the country that you're in. And it's really interesting because you get to mix perspectives from different professors of different backgrounds.
The fact that it's transcultural already opens up a lot of doors and puts me ahead of quite a number of applicants. As an example, I found an internship in South Africa, which I will be applying for, and I would like to believe that half of the reason is because half of the reason for my acceptance is because I have this transcultural component that allows me to deal with people from cross culture and to adapt a lot easier at the same time.
So the degree was in environmental resources management. So you have to kind of take into consideration that it is a management-focused degree. So you may have someone who is a calc major and they just do calculus and they learn a lot about one topic. They get very detailed into one topic, where this is, you feel familiar with a bunch of topics, and that helps when you're working with teams and when you're managing a lot of other people, and you can pull from everybody's background and you have the kind of bird's eye view perspective of a lot of the issues.